You are watching yet another episode of Lima Shenanigans of 1977. It's Wednesday, Friday, or Saturday, and you know what those days mean. It's time for another AEW Event Center report for either Dynamite, Rampage, or Collision. And now, here is the host of the AEW Event Center Wrestling Report, New Bedford's version of Tony Schiavone, Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Lima Shenanigans, 1977, episode 1778 of the show. And ladies and gentlemen, we arrived AEW Fright Night Dynamite. We're going to be talking a little about that. So let's get going on the. So let's get going. 10:20 p.m. And it's October the 30th, 2024. Orange Cassidy decided to come out and was sick and tired of seeing the footage of Jon Moxley and his crew busting everybody up. He's decided that he's going to take matters in his own hands by himself, and he's decided to challenge Jon Moxley for the AEW World Title. You heard that correctly. Orange Cassidy is stepping it up. He says, I'm not a leader. That's not who I am. But you know what? If I'm going to do this, my hand has been forced. I'm going to do it. So, Jon Moxley, you and me for the title. That's basically what he says. Renee Paquette interviewed Mercedes Moné and Camille as they came into the arena. And Mercedes Moné says that Camille will beat Chris Statlander one-on-one. Adam Cole went one-on-one with the House of Black's Buddy Matthews. Heck of a matchup. It got to the point where Adam Cole got hurt. Doc Simpson says, we got to get you checked out. We can't. You got to relinquish the match. Adam Cole says, "No, I'm fine. I'll keep going." Adam Cole kept going and ended up winning the match. But before that, Adam Cole was getting called out by Buddy Matthews of being a bitch. I'm not going to say the word, but you get the idea. Adam Cole came back, not giving up. He defeated Buddy Matthews to win the match. So, and then as he shook hands with Buddy Matthews, lights go out, but when lights back on, in place of Buddy Matthews shaking Adam Cole's hand, it was Malachi Black. And so Adam Cole kind of walks away. And Renee Paquette interviewed Christopher Daniels in Private Party as Private Party was challenging the Young Bucks for the tag team titles. And the stipulation is, if Private Party loses, they have to split up. And Christopher Daniels warns them of the consequences of the stipulation. He says, hey, we got this. We can do this. We'll handle business. So there's that. Cole was getting checked out by Doc Sampson while the Undisputed Kingdom looked on. And Adam Cole addresses Malachi Black first, and then he addresses MJF, who watched that matchup between Cole and Matthews' mansion. He said, hey, one of us will get to you, and one of us will beat you. So both him and Roddy are determined to get at MJF. But Jon Moxley, Marine Shafir, Pac, and the Blackpool Combat Club arrive at the arena, and then they all come out. To the ring, and Moxley has decided to respond to Orange Cassidy. But he said, "We'll see how." I said, "We're gonna see how much you're gonna step up." So Jon Moxley gave some orders. Marine and Shafir and Pac were holding down Wheeler Yuta. Claudio Castagnoli got a chair, about to do the same thing to him as they did to so many others, including Bryan Danielson. Orange Cassidy comes out, goes out to Moxley. Everybody attacks Cassidy, and as they're continuing attacking Cassidy, including Wheeler Yuta, who was just usually they baited him in. Darby Allin comes down from the rafters and starts brawling. And here comes Daniel Garcia. Here comes Dark Order, Top Flight, and then Private Party all come out. And then Private Party was in the ring. Young Bucks come out. Let's get a referee. they had the tag team title match, where you know the stipulation: if Private Party loses, they have to split up. This was a heck of a matchup, and the Young Bucks tried pulling out all the stops. They tried cheating. They tried to use Kenny Omega's moves. They tried separating Mark Quinn by using Okada to tombstone pile drive him on top of the stage, and leaving Isaiah Washington all by himself. Or no, Isaiah Cassidy. There's two Cassidys now in AEW. Orange Cassidy, Isaiah Cassidy, and Mark Quinn and Isaiah Cassidy. But Mark Quinn and Isaiah Cassidy, even despite a friendly fire mistake, they never gave up. And because of their resilience and everything else, we have new AEW World Tag Team Champions. Private Party finally defeated the Young Bucks. But the Young Bucks took the belts away, but then decided to hand them over to Private Party, patting them on the back and all that, and they basically left the ring. So we don't know what the heck was going on there. Renee Paquette interviewed Penelope Ford and Jamie Hayter, and Jamie Hayter kind of looks like Daphne from Scooby-Doo, always was dressed as, and they're gonna go at it. They said their piece about next week's matchup against each other. Then and then the Learning Tree addresses the Ring of Honor World Title win, and Jericho had to go mention Jay Briscoe once again, which Mark Briscoe kind of warned him not to do that. But Alex Marvez tried to get a word with the Young Bucks, but the Young Bucks says, but Jack Perry says, now's not a good time. And then Daniel Garcia kind of says, hey, we were fighting, what were you, huh? Watching your boys lose? Your title's next and all that. And he said, get out of here and all that. And then he walks into the Elite's locker room, and the Elite's packing up their things up while Brandon Cutler's shredding some documents. What were the documents that they were shredding? I don't know. There's a little shady stuff going on there. And and Chris Statlander, women's action, Chris Statlander went one-on-one with Camille Battle of Powerhouse Ladies. And Chris Statlander picked up the victory after tombstoning Camille. And Mercedes Moné attacks Statlander after the match, tells Camille to go to the back. He says, if you want something to be done, do it yourself. And it seems to me that Statlander and Mercedes Moné are going to lock up. The Patriarchy addresses Hook, and it seems like with Kip Sabian standing with them, looks like he's part of the Patriarchy. So he says, next week, come to the ring, I'll explain my side of the story. I don't think Hook will want to listen. That's my opinion. Meanwhile, Renee Paquette interviewed the conglomerations Briscoe, Mark Briscoe, Kyle O'Reilly, and Tomohiro Ishii, and decided to challenge the Learning Tree crew to a 6-man fight without honor matchup. And it seems like to me that those other two gentlemen with Mark Briscoe, that would be Kyle O'Reilly and Tomohiro Ishii, are joining him on this. And Mark Briscoe did warn Jericho not to mention his brother, his brother's name, and said, you must have some, instability. You must have some, you don't care about your health, but you keep mentioning my brother's name. That's what he says. The Young Bucks leave the arena without Brandon Cutler. In fact, Alex Marvez trying to interview him. You're leaving now? What's going on, right? And they don't care, and they're jumping in the van. Brandon Cutler tried to chase after them with their sneakers, but then John Moxley and his crew caught up with them, attacked him, and then Christopher Daniels tried to tell him to knock it off, and John Moxley was holding them, saying, where the boys go, and everything else. Young Bucks are going to learn. They are going to learn. They are cowards, man. I'm telling you, disrespectful cowards. So, and the main event, Swerve Strickland versus Shelton Benjamin. Heck of a matchup that was. In the end, though, Swerve didn't win the matchup. While they were celebrating, MVP was calling somebody on his phone. Who was he calling? We don't know. Lights went off for a while and went back on. Everybody was assuming it was the House of Black, but it wasn't. Ladies and gentlemen, making his AEW debut finally after being signed there for a month, Bobby Lashley has arrived. And he confronted Swerve Strickland. And as Shelton Benjamin jumped in the ring, Swerve Strickland tried to attack Shelton Benjamin. And he got blindsided by Bobby Lashley. Prince Nana was trying to stop him. MVP attacks Nana, Prince Nana, Shelton Benjamin, Bobby Lashley, and MVP did a number of both Prince Nana and Swerve Strickland. And MVP grabbed the microphone and said, guess who's back in business? So there is the AEW Fright, AEW Dynamite event center for October the 30th, 2024. Tomorrow, we got a lot to do. So, I'm going to upload this video and then get me some sleep. Thank you very much for tuning in for episode 1178 of Eric Lima Shenanigans 1977. I'm Eric Lima saying so long for now, and Mr. Announcer, take us home. That is all for today's episode. This is your announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, do it for Bob Saget Productions, and in association with a Raven Bofa Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching today's episode. Tune in next time for another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Goodbye for now.